Alright, yeah. You can't really tell because there's no, like, blinking light on this to tell me, hey, it's working, it's on. Alright. For this, I'm trying to figure out is, what should I actually go get? I can actually do, I believe, that I can get enough cash ready to get a laptop right now. I'll probably do this on Monday anyways. My next choice is, if I can't get that, I can probably get is a tablet for right now. So I'm trying to decide what should I actually waste my money on, because I want it as a laptop, but I definitely know I can end up, getting cash right quick to get a tablet. The hard part for me is I want certain things done quickly, and I know with a tablet I can do is upload Linux onto it, and then with that I could do is use GIMP and Illustrator and yada 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 and other free programs, so I could actually create something, edit my works. Then here comes the second thing. Well, a scanner. Well, I could do is one of two choices. The cheapest laptop I saw was around about $250 with tax, and that was at Wally World, and it wasn't that bad of a laptop. I would say I would not use it for gaming, especially for some of the games nowadays. I think, yeah, it can do well, but I rather have certain options, really high-end stuff for gaming, high-end graphics card, a shitload of, gigs for memory, and also, have onboard, memory as well for the card itself, the video card. I do not want, when most laptops have an onboard video card. In other words, it's on the motherboard. There's a built-in video card, which usually that type of option usually sucks. Yeah. But I'm not sure if I really. Well, I definitely need a laptop because I've seen some good ones and I've worked with a few. The only problem is that fucking little touchpad that it has on to use your finger. It's a pain in the ass. It's like, who the hell designed it? They gotta be retarded or something. Because saying, well, it's easy. No, it's not. When you're not used to it, it is fucking hard. It's just best if I just have as a touch screen and just draw on the screen itself with a stylus, or using a mouse, which I can get a mouse. I believe I still have some good mouses and storage, so that's the whole option with getting a laptop. I would have to do is go through my storage and pawn some of my stuff, or to get somebody quick, but then get the damn shit out. I don't know. That's my option, like, for right now. Should I go for that? Because I've always had close to it, and then when I had some money that I can get myself closer to what I need, I find out the sale is off for the whatever it is for the laptops, like or you know, I need food or whatever, medicine, some that shit. I have no underpants anymore. They're all destroyed or whatever. Or like one place I had to go get new whole mess of new stuff is because one of the places that I've lived in, the mold got to my stuff that was in my drawers. It's like reasons why I don't like using dressers or cubbies or anything like that, really. Because a lot of times, some places they have a lot of high moisture content there. I like mold spores. It's like, yeah, things get funkified quick. Same thing with a lot of shirts and pants. Like, well, a tablet, like I said, I'm thinking that I would need. I've seen some good ones online. I checked Wally World and a few other stores today, and what I saw on their site and what I saw in their stores, it didn't match. The cheapest one I could find was $99 plus tax, which makes it close to 110 and plus. It's around $110. Say, round it up to $100 plus. Sales tax in California is 8%, so it would be around 108. Always up for 110. Saying I need at least 110 to get one, but I didn't bother to actually read everything that was on it, because it was hidden away. It wasn't one of the ones they have in display, but in their little case at the bottom of the displays that actually has the price and it's locked up. I didn't realize what it was, how much it costs and shit. I just noticed how much it cost, but this one, I wasn't sure if it was 4 gigs or 8 gigs is the onboard memory from what it said. For the size of the box, and it was, I believe it was 7-inch or more. Well, I have to probably go down there and look at it again, or just look on it online, really. My next option is get the money I can, put it on one of those prepaid credit cards, and use that, because it's actually a little bit faster to do that once you load that online, so I could get the product I need quicker. But would I have it sent to me or to the store? Well, I would have to decide which store that I want to send it to that's, I believe, closer to me, or the easiest for me to access it. Because where I'm at, there isn't really any real close Wally Worlds. I mean, it's close enough if you drove, but I'm on foot, and I do take the buses, so yeah. Actually, most of them I can get there within a bus. Well, one I can get there with one bus. The others, 2 buses, tops. Yeah. That's my choices. At least with the laptop has already more space, but I'd have to do is get the program, since it does cost more. And the tablet I'm talking about is an Android tablet, which I can load Linux on top of it, so it's not deleting Android and leaving Android there and just using a Linux interface, which actually that's kind of quick and easy to do. Plus, since it's pretty small and portable, I can carry it with me and draw, and it's a lower cost. Some of them cost close to 200, but yeah. And then there's those I've seen that are like up further and further, and like the most expensive ones I've seen were the PC tablets, which I find them as really dumbed down laptops. Although, yeah, you can draw, it has a touchscreen surface. The operating system, usually what it does is it crashes. There are too many glitches within it. I usually see that the hard drive space itself, the actual drive space on the device is very, very, very small for the price. It's like, for that price, I'd rather get a laptop that has more memory, RAM, more, an actual hard drive space, because the tablets I've seen them like around 80 gigs. Well, the cheapest laptops I find around, really cheap is 100 and something gigs, but usually I see them about 350 to around 500. And that's, of the hard drive space. And it's like, and they're actually not that bad. I don't really care about getting a warranty because it's like, fuck that. I don't really give a shit. What else? Well, there is. Oh yeah, I had to check this because sometimes this thing doesn't tell me with the noise. Only when it shuts down. Okay. What else? The other thing is, well, I live nearby a train. Kind of irritating with the camera. Trying to record something. Okay. The other thing is the funding. The first time I did a funding project, it bombed. I didn't even get one donor. Yeah, well, I understand where I went wrong. One, my channel is not very popular because, well, at the time I had was a really shitty camera and I couldn't really record anything good. Well, okay, I have this a better camera. Well, you can see that I'm actually using the pretty shitty settings, more or less. Not the shittiest. I just have the lowest, resolution. Well, actually, not really resolution. It's actually the highest quality for this size, which it's not HD. It's whatever its setting is, VGA. Because this camera only has like 3 settings. It's like the small level, which is a VGA. Well, actually, it's pretty good. And then there's an HD, and then there is True HD, which is 1080p. That one actually is, really good. But the problem with that, it sucks up battery life like that. And actually, with the VGA level, I'm actually be able to record, and my battery life is still going, and I've had these batteries in here and record a lot of shit for quite some time in recording. Other thing I'm still trying to work out is some story scripting, like the dialogue boxes and trying to change like the actions for some stories. My new funding, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do. I have a few ideas, like I've said before. I can fund one of my comics, which I've been writing. I thought, hey, I did 2 videos on it, which I'm going to completely delete them now. It's like, I figured, oh yeah, all I was gonna do was, do the whole entire funding, typing it up in one day, and it'll be, done by the next day. The next day, it wasn't finished. A lot of things is like when I'm in front, and like I went, blank on a lot of things, and I start writing things over and I figured out what I need, and I kept on getting blank and whatever, some say brain farts and shit like that. I haven't had very much sleep. I've been, running myself ragged, uh, working odd jobs when I can, doing recycling doesn't really help, but it gives me a few bucks here and there. It's hard to save up on this, and still trying to draw and shit and keep my room tidy, or seemingly try to. Most of my stuff is technically it's unedible. It's just papers and pencils, and it's like, well, I saw the program called Comi Pow. Yeah, COMIPO. Comic Po. Pow Po. I've heard other people was like looking at, saw one, it said Comic Pro, but it's Po. And I went to the site, I realized what it was, and I saw their YouTube thing of it. Comipo is, well, what I can tell you is it looks really good for what it is and what people may think it might have been just by looking at pictures. You might see it and you might think, oh, it's like a GIMP, but it's meant for manga, to making, manga, comic books. Yes, it has the simple designs for, the pre-setups of how you want each page, with all the different panels, how you want, pre-set up. But here's where it makes a little bit different. This one, its full rendering is in color. It's like, okay, yeah, the backgrounds. I don't know if they have black and white, maybe, but the introduction stuff, and I found that they have some other stuff on their site, and also on DeviantArt you can get updates such as, like, well, first of all, this thing, Comic Po, is not really meant for somebody that wants to physically draw and that can draw their own stuff. Now, this is when, let's say, you have no drawing skills, but you want it to do your own manga. Well, you get the characters. By the way, these characters are basically, like dolls, but they're three-dimensional dolls, as it were, anime characters. It's like, it actually looks pretty cool looking from what I saw, the demo and shit. And you can actually change the eye color and all this, and the hair color and the design of what it is. And you can actually do is alter it, from the basic shape of the person, you can actually alter it to be different characters, and having different hair colors, eye colors, and stuff like that. But you can get more add-ons to it, different character models and stuff like that. The whole thing is like 3D, plus it has like setup for, you can pick, you get your main character, whatever it is, your character, you fix it up, then has other slots that will, determine, like hand positions and leg positions, already pre-set up. So it's like pretty simple, click, and it's, automatically gives you the one that's that. Plus, since it's 3D, you can actually move the character in all directions, like move back and forth. You place it the way you want it, so you're not actually moving the camera, you're moving the model, as it were, a little figurine. Just think of it as a figurine you're moving in front of your face or camera, as it were, and then you place it within the shot how you want, within the framework of the frame, actually, the panel. And then you could put in the background, from a list of pre-designed backgrounds, or having a solid color design, put little dots or whatever, things like that. Just think of the standard manga, as it were, like this. Just take like any one of these. How the background is, but what if it's all in color? So it's pretty much for somebody that has an idea of a story, what they want, something really done, but doesn't know how to draw. That's what it's meant for. But for someone that draws, or like me, I would use it for fun is one thing. The other thing is have it pre-set up. Just set it up for what you need it for, and just do like a quick, setting. So just like think of it as a quick way of making a dummy, or what is it? Your draft. Think of it as the draft of your comic. You just make it really quick, and you do it and edit for the bubbles and all this, the text, and you have it set up in the way you want. And then since it doesn't look like in your drawing style, you could do. I would suggest probably you can do is print them out and then overlap it, and trace it, using tracing paper or whatever, just trace it, and then, using GIMP or another program, and think of it as, a quick way of doing it, or a long way, or another way of, making a draft and then editing it to the way it's going to finish being, sometimes messing with that would actually help you, creatively, or like if you have problems of trying to, let's say, I have a problem of seeing in my mind's eye what the character's hand will look like in a certain position, or a camera field or something, and sometimes that is kind of hard for somebody to do that within their mind's eye, and so you usually use your hand. Sometimes you can't get it right, so you might have figurines or whatever, or a modeled hand, but if you don't have that, then I guess this would be the simplest way. What else? Alright, the funding project I've been writing, like I told you, it's for a comic book series, which actually the series is MMORPG, but it's for a book that's going to be the prequel to the series, which is called MMORPG Alpha, which the storyline is think of it as the introduction to the main story that I originally written years and years ago, and still editing and changing it. For those that want to know what MMORPG is, it's my take on the dot hack storyline. Well, that's pretty much what it is. Instead of like you having a character, a human being that got sucked inside the game, as it were, like in dot hack, mine is more of the opposite. It's where a guy that, the original storyline was there was a few people, and they decided to do was on their own create an AI system. Just the basic algorithms and programming of what is the AI. So the AI was like, the file would be attached to a character file, like a game file, as it were, of a character. So this file, it would react to its environment as it is reality to it, And within this environment, it will begin to act and grow and keep on learning and changing. It'll learn language from people and stuff like that, how to interact. It'll have, it'll, that's the whole basis. And the first prototype wasn't really what people think. Because in the storyline, the first character that you see of the original story, which is a guy, which I keep on changing his freaking name. So don't ask me what his name is, because right now, I don't know, because I've written too many damn names for him. Okay? This kid, starts off where he's at his dad's place. Him and his dad live there. We don't know what happened to his mom, because I haven't written that down yet. Well, anyways, his dad is really his creator. He is one of the programmers. He created the model for what was the sun, and he is one of the creators of the AI project that these people that are players in this game called Midgard. Think of Midgard as Dot Hacks the world. Kind of the same thing, but a little bit different. Well, it's people that decided to do was create, players that decided to create these AIs, as it were, and that's what they did. And this guy decided to create it and nurture the character, as it were. What happened was other characters found out about this secret area, which was a house, a farmhouse with farmland, nothing around it really, like there's trees and whatever, animals, but no city or anything like that. Well, these people came in and started to attack the father. The father is a real player, so he's defending. He told his son to get inside. His son goes in and hides. These people kill his father. He's looking through the window seeing this. And these marauders come and they charge, but they cannot break the barrier. They cannot enter the house. They don't know how to get in or whatever. They're trying everything. His father told him, in case if anything happened, to go in the house. There is a locked chest that has all the items that are needed, which these items this kid uses, grabs them, puts them on, whatever, and one of the items is a device that sends him to a particular town, but it also allows him to use the gate system, plus also to hack the gate system and travel inwards, as it were, in through the, to get things and to get past areas that are locked or whatever. Well, he gets over and he goes to an area and bypasses this area where players cannot go, because he's an AI, he's within the system, so he walks past the barrier in the city and finds the house, which is his uncle. Well, he lives there. Well, time goes on and you think, oh yeah, years spent around. You don't realize that the uncle is also another player who is helping to fix the character, has updates and whatever, and runs a program within him while he thinks years went by, but it really wasn't. It was more like hours. So, and then later on, you when you read it, you think years went by. The kid, he goes around. He doesn't realize that his world is a game, and he finds other players. Doesn't know that they are players, and they're just people just like him, and he befriends them. Well, yada yada yada. He finds out things that he goes on these little quests with them. One of the things he ends up doing is finding out about that his sightings of his dad and shit, and saying that his dad is not dead. He's out there, and like, what happened? And then one of the things happens is this. He fights a monster, actually it's a monster that's not really in the game, it's altered data, it's fucked up. He seems like he like died and disappeared in the system or whatever. But he ends up in somebody's room because he just appeared like almost out of nowhere. He is actually, he finds out that from this kid that the world that he knew was nothing more than a fucking game, and this is the real world, and he can't understand it too well. He finds out that the person that thought is his dad is a person that's there, and he tries to communicate with his friends, plus with his dad finds out, plus he runs into another character known as Loki, which Loki, he is one of the other AIs, and he knows one thing that most people and AIs don't know. He has the ability to go through the system. He knows secret passages, not even, areas that not even the creators know of. Because a lot of the stuff, he ends up recreating it. He goes around everything. So he found a way to do is go from the game world to the real world, and he can go back and forth whenever he likes, and that's what Loki's been doing, because he's trying to figure out which world is better to exist in, the game world, where he's a god, and the real world, where he's just an average person. But what's really different is he actually has the same abilities like from the game in the real world. Kind of cool, huh? It's like, whoa. Yeah. So, that's the basis of MMORPG. Yep. Battery is like really low right now. MMORPG Alpha is about 5 people, 5, and these people, they do not know each other, but they end up joining forces because each one of them encountered strange events in real life, plus things that were happening in the game at the same time. Like the game would be glitching, and then there would be an earthquake, or there was a glitch of some sort. Something happened while they're playing the game, and yet they find out that bank machines, are spitting out money left and right. Well, these people, running into things, they run into these 10 players, which, when the fundraiser is that these 10 villains, as it were, people that donate, they'll be one of those 10. It's who donates the highest amount that I have set up. I think I reset it as the highest is 100, maybe 500. I'll probably change it to 100 or 150 or whatever. I'm going to re-edit it. But the highest level that I have it, they get to be one of, they can be in the comic themselves personally, and a drawing of them, their likeness and their actual name, and they'll be in the game, in the comic book of MMORPG Alpha. In Alpha, there are these 10 villains. Simply put, I specified that they are the ones trying to do is fuck things over in the computer world, as it were, and using the game as a gateway, an easy access point to manipulate the internet plus things that are of the real world, anything that's connected to the internet, fucking other computer systems, nuclear bases, power plants, things like that, and banking systems, trying to cause havoc in the world. Because they want to do this, I set up the basic idea is they want to try to control the world, or to conquer it themselves, having absolute power, as it were, between the 10 of them, as it were. They join as a group, and they're going after everybody, even Anonymous. Anonymous thinks, oh yeah, we're all powerful. Well, my 10 kicks their freaking asses. Where they find out of anonymous people, whoever's anonymous, they just find them and get them busted on bullshit charges and whatever, just basically to get rid of these people, and sometimes altering things to where the government or the police systems, police departments end up killing these people, or false information. Also, it harkens on other movie genres like, I forgot what the name of the movie was. It was about, you find out that's this voice over the phone, it's a computer. And this female voice is connected to the computer telling the guy, and she also communicates to other people, telling these people what to fucking do, saying, if you don't do what I say and do this exactly when I tell you to do it, such and such is going to get killed, or you are going to get killed because I'm going to make sure, you're fucked over this way and that way. The computer is doing this shit just to basically manipulate people to do what it wants them to do. That's kind of what they do, my 10. Well, the 5 heroes, they join forces, and they end up becoming a team, more or less. By the end of the book, they're kind of cohesive as a team. And the storyline of Alpha, depending on how big it is, it might go beyond the first book. But Alpha's going to be, the concept was 1 book, big size. That would be before the main storyline, which you find out that Loki existed even in Alpha. Well, I've also written short stories, was the early beginnings of Loki. There's the Loki Chronicles. Some of it is stuff, what was happening during the storyline that it kind of fills in with the original storyline of MMORPG. Yeah. So right now I'm thinking it's close to Sunday. It's 11:47, October 12th, Saturday, 2013. So I'll upload this on the 14th, and whatever I decide, I'll update this video, telling you, oh yeah, and whatever I get, if I get is a laptop, I will tell you what it is, how much I paid for it, and where I got it, and demo, basically do like kind of an unboxing of it, and then the other thing, well, if I do that, then I don't really need to do actually I would do the fundraising anyways, because I still need money for other parts, like scanner and stuff like that, because right now it's kind of want to use this camera or whatever, as like kind of like take pictures and use it as a scanner, as it were. Kind of irritating, it's not really that good to do that. I found a scanner that was just as much as some of the what was it? The tablets. I saw them like about 150 to like close to $200 in with tax. And these things had everything like the cheapest version. The cheapest one was like about $30, but I looked on the shelf actually before it was gone. But they put on there was the one that's for $50 instead of 30. Which both the 30 and the 50, same company. The one that was 50 was the number was 2520, while the one that was 30 was 2220 was its product number, and it did was photocopied, scanned, and print. It was also a printer. So it's like kind of basic. Well, the one that was like 150 and also the one close to 200, there's multiple of them. They're pretty much the same thing, but different sizes, different companies. But those was, they can do the same thing. You like photocopy, print, scan, but there was also Ethernet, and I've seen Wi-Fi on them. I'm thinking that would be good if I have a tablet, or even with the, with a laptop in some way, so I can connect via through the Wi-Fi between, the two talk to each other. I'd have it. It's like, oh. Now, well, that's pretty much it. The next video after this will be an update of what I decided. That's, the update would be what I actually decide to go get. I'll actually probably show you it, and that will be the beginnings, and we'll show you the unboxing of the product, if it be a laptop or a tablet. But if I don't get either one, I'll tell you what I did decide, and I might have just done was got the money card and just got it online and have it shipped to me, or maybe shipped to the store. I don't know. I'll have to see. If alright. That's what I'll decide. I'll try to figure this one out. I'll try to upload this on Monday. I'll try to get what I need, the finances. I'll check that out on Monday. It depends on the timing, like when I get out. The next thing I would do, another video that's going to come out this week, definitely, would be telling you about my idea for Midgard, the game. The game for MMORPG. Then I'll do is a video on my idea for what would be a good, .hack game. What the fans really want, or at least what I would want to make, a fan base kind of thing. Just to let you know, it's going to be, online offline type thing, you know, kind of like Fragment in that way, but it will combine from the first game and anime series in the books, the whole, you know, arc from there, from all the way to I think the last one was Dot Hack Beyond the Wall. That's the animated film that's all 3D rendering, you know, 3D characters. Actually, I started watching it. I didn't have enough time to actually watch the whole thing, but so far what I liked about it, it was really, really good. Uh, just the graphics was okay, you know, but the action sequence that they showed in the game, where the first time the person, you know, the main character she meets is Aura. Yes, Aura's in this, but there's this black cloud, and you're like, okay, what's going on? And then you're not really thinking too much of it, and then there's these two people coming right through the freaking wall behind the main character. These beings go up past them and shoot. You think, oh shit, they're going and they're attacking. Is Aura? That's what it looks like. Until you realize it's the black cloud they attack, not Aura. They try to defend Aura or whatever, protect her, and they go out and destroy this damn black cloud. And that's basically where I left off of this series. It's like, well, of the anime film Beyond the Wall. Yes, I've watched the last animated series of Dot Hack, which was well, I've seen some of Roots, not all of it. I've seen Sign. I've seen Legend of Twilight. Again, not all, pretty much all of Sign, not all of Twilight. And then there was, you know, Roots, which is the game which would be Dot Hack GU. And then there was Dot Hack Quantum. You know, that was the latest that was released to America, next to Beyond the Wall. I don't know if I haven't seen it in the dubbed form. I actually like the dubbed form. You know, the raw version is not that bad. I could understand it. It's just sometimes when the people speak, they speak too fast, so I can't get everything. So I have to play it over and over just to understand what they said. And if I see it in, you know, the Japanese writing in kanji and also hiragana and katakana, I can understand it. Not completely, because most kanji I don't know. I know quite a bit, but certain ones, when they put certain characters together, I know what they, a lot of times I know what they mean separately, but a lot of them put together, I don't know of its new meaning when they're put together. Some of them I do, not all. Kind of like, I'm not perfect in Japanese, never said I was, but I try to do my best. Of course, subtitles in English is not really that great, but hey, it works. Yeah. What else? That's pretty much it. What I'm going to be doing. I want to do other projects. You know, like for YouTube videos and the whole entire series. Yeah. Well, see you later.